This Louis Vuitton Cosmetic Purse is one of my newest small leather goods, and I've been using it quite a bit over the last few months. So today I'm going to do an in-depth review about it. I'm going to share with you the pros and cons, my overall experience, and my honest thoughts about whether it's worth the price. I'll also compare it to similar SLGs toward the end. So if you're considering adding this to your collection, then watch this before you buy. I bought this pouch about 4 months ago, and prior to that, I kept going back and forth about whether or not I wanted it. Some of the things that I was thinking about when I decided whether or not I wanted it was, how much does it actually fit? What can I use it for? Will I actually use it as a wristlet or something else? And is it practical? So hopefully I'll be able to answer some of those questions for you if you're considering this. I'm just gonna share my honest experience with you. But first, let's get into the details. This is the newest addition to the cosmetic pouch family. They have different sizes. They are made of different materials. This one's made of coated monogram canvas. It also has leather tabs on each side as well as the strap. So that will patina or darken over time. It has this dome shape, which is typical of the cosmetic purse line, and also the rectangular wide base. When you open it up inside, it has the microfiber lining. The other pouches have the wipeable lining, but this one actually has the brown microfiber lining, and this one happens to be made in France. This strap is detachable. This is not how the strap came attached to this bag. I think you actually have to loop this in, but I just have it this way because it's easier to take on and off by just unhooking it or hooking it back on. I'll put the measurements on the screen, but it is pretty spacious. I think it's a little bit deceiving on how much can fit inside, which I'll show you in a minute, but it actually holds a lot of things. In terms of the quality, the stitching is very even. There's no fraying on the stitching. The logo alignment is, I don't see any issues with it. I never have actually in any of the Louis Vuitton products that I've bought. Typical of Louis Vuitton products is just one sheet of canvas. So this is what it looks like on the front. And then as you can see, the back is upside down. When I first started using this, I actually took the strap off because it was just awkward. I was using it as a wallet / catch-all, and this was just kind of getting in the way inside of my bags. I've actually never used this as a wristlet, but of course you can use it as a wristlet. I mean, it's called a cosmetic purse, so they intended for it to be used as a little purse, I guess. And you can also use this as a purse charm. As I said, I've been using it as a wallet / catch-all. So I put like my money, my cards, my key, and like a lipstick and a chapstick. But in the future, I think I'll be using this less as a wallet and more as a catch-all. Just because I have other SLGs that work better as wallets. And I've been asking myself, do I like this? And I do like it. But I think there are other things in my collection that I gravitate toward more, like the mini pochette accessoire, some of my wallets, like the Louis Vuitton Victorine wallet and the key pouch small from Louis Vuitton. I tend to gravitate more towards those for wallets or catch-alls. But while I was using it, it did fit seamlessly into my collection. I did enjoy using it. There's just a couple of cons, which I'll go over later, that I wish were a little different, and then I probably use it a lot more often. So let's take a look at what fits inside. The good thing about this is that it can be used for so many different things. Of course, it can be used for a little cosmetic pouch. It can also be used to put your tech accessories into, like your AirPods and your chargers. It can even be used for a little feminine hygiene pouch. And of course, a little grab and go for quick errands when you don't need very much. The first question we always ask ourselves when we're purchasing these things is, will it fit a phone? So I have this standard size cell phone. Let's just try it and see. Definitely will not fit a phone, but It will fit a key clay. This is my Gucci key clay. And it also fits a standard size card holder. So for this card holder, I think if you set it up straight, you might have a hard time closing it. As you can see, the ends are sticking out. So you kind of have to set it in diagonally. You'll be able to fit it inside. So I'm going to show what fits inside from a cosmetic pouch point of view. And I just got back from a little vacation, and so I have my toiletry 25, I believe this is, packed with a whole bunch of cosmetics. So we're just gonna play around a little bit and see what type of things fit inside. First of all, I did my nails on vacation, so I have like some nail polish remover and some nail polish and, you know, some fingernail files inside of here. So we'll just pretend we're gonna use this as a little nail pouch. So let's see if this little travel size nail polish remover will fit. And it does. Then my nail polish, my little emery board, and my nail clippers. And they all fit inside. And then we have a foundation. This is Too Faced Born This Way medium to full coverage foundation. Let's just take a look and see if it'll fit. And it does. Lots of room for other things. And then what about a setting spray? This is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And that fits. And since the top of this is like a dome, I just want to see how square items would fit. So this is a little travel eyeshadow palette. This is Huda Beauty Nude Medium. And I love to take this palette when I'm traveling because it has a lot of neutral shades in it and a mixture of matte shades and glitter shades. So it's like perfect for a little quick trip. And this does fit inside. Let's see if this will fit a full-size mascara. Right now I'm using a Dior mascara, Dior Show. This is my favorite mascara right now. It's pricey, but I think it's worth it. So it does fit. I just want to see if it'll fit all of the typical things that I take with me. If I need a little cosmetic pouch, if I'm running out the house for a few hours and I just need to reapply my makeup, my foundation, or whatever. Let's see if those things will fit in here. So first of all, my favorite foundation, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear, and a Fenty Gloss Bomb, as well as a well-used, well-worn matte chestnut cult favorite, some type of lip product, like, I don't know, chapstick if I don't want to wear the Gloss Bomb, Summer Fridays. This is the color Vanilla Beige. A little travel perfume. This is Jo Malone Beach Blossom, I believe. Yes, Jo Malone Beach Blossom. Smells wonderful, especially in the spring and summer. Little small hand sanitizer, Bath and Body Works. Now let's see if this will zip. And that all fits. It is very full. As typical of these cosmetic pouches with the dome top, it's a little bit wonky. So I would recommend, probably if you want it to fit more, use more travel size items or smaller cosmetic items. For example, like I might switch out this full size lip gloss for a smaller Fenty lip gloss. To give you an idea of how it fits inside of a couple of different size handbags, I have a small handbag and a medium size handbag so that we can see how much space this takes up. And I do have some cosmetic items inside so that we can get the full effect and have it be realistic. If we were putting this inside of a handbag, it would probably be full. So for the smaller handbag, I have the Fendi Mini Baguette, and we'll just take a look and see how this fits. So So this takes up a lot of space inside of this smaller handbag. That's one of the things that I realized because of the wider base. It takes up more room, which is, a spoiler alert, one of the cons for this pouch that I have. But you know, you can fit more into it, especially this type of handbag, because it is more flexible or pliable because of the material. But you can definitely fit your phone inside along with the pouch and probably your keys. And with those other items, it is full, full, full. And for the medium-sized handbag, I have the Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse in the reverse monogram. And of course, this is way more spacious than the mini Fendi Baguette. But just to see how it looks inside of here, there's 2 compartments inside of here, and I just put it like in the back compartment. As you see, way more space. So I do like carrying this inside of a larger handbag as opposed to a smaller handbag where it would take up the majority of the space. But if you did want to put it inside of a smaller handbag to act as like a catch-all for more organization, I guess, or maybe to protect the inside of the smaller handbag, you could very well do so. So I wanted to show a couple of other cosmetic pouches in that same family so you can get an idea of the sizing compared to those. So first we have a Damier Ebene cosmetic pouch. When I purchased this was considered the GM size, but now I believe it's the MM size. And then we have the regular size cosmetic pouch in the multicolor. And then this is the cosmetic purse. So that's how they all look together. Mama bear, Papa bear, baby bear. And then this is how they look from the side. And then we have the bottom view. It's very interesting that the regular cosmetic pouch seems wider than, this is the regular size. It seems wider than the other 2. And it looks wider because I actually have things inside of this pouch, because this is what I've been using as my cosmetic pouch right now. So if I had things in the larger pouch, the bottom would probably look wider. And in comparison to a few other Louis Vuitton SLGs, I just wanted to give you an idea of the sizing. So this is the Toiletry 15. And the Mini Pochette Accessoire. Almost the same width across. Very similar in size. Except of course the bottom of the cosmetic purse is wider. And then compared to the key pouch small. So what I like about this pouch is that it fits a whole lot, which I just showed you, and that makes it a really versatile piece. The added wristlet or strap also makes it a versatile piece. You can use it for different things. And you can also remove this strap if you wanted to and put a whole different strap on it. It's great for a grab and go, run your errands, you don't want to take a whole lot with you type of pouch. It's pretty and unique and will look cute on its own or inside of a handbag. It would look cute if you wanted to, I don't know, take it to dinner with you and have it sitting prettily on the table. Louis Vuitton canvas is pretty durable. In terms of cons or little annoyances, one thing that I noticed, and this is probably part of wear and tear, I don't know, because I didn't notice it when I bought it. It could be how I've been using and packing it, but I noticed there's like a little bubble on the canvas right there, and I don't know if you can see that. But it feels like, you know, when you get a little pimple or bump and it's just right underneath the surface of the skin and it never comes to a head, and it's one of those pimples that hurt really bad and then eventually it kind of goes away. That's what it looks and it feels like. And I've always said this about these domed cosmetic purses. When you pack it full, it tends to get a little wonky at the top. But that is just typical of these type of cosmetic pouches. It's not a quality issue or anything like that. It's just because of the dome top. And when it is packed full, it's kind of hard to get into at times. And I know this is a really wide opening, but I think because of the dark colored interior and the fact that the top is curved, you can't really move things around very well. And sometimes I have a hard time finding things at the bottom. This square base takes up a lot of room inside of smaller bags, which I showed you with my Fendi Mini Baguette. The other pouches that I compared it to, as you can see, they were slimmer, so don't take up much room. So I think that's a little bit of a drawback of this design of cosmetic pouch. I haven't used this as a wristlet yet, so I can't really speak to how well it functions as a wristlet, but I guess it makes it a little more versatile, like I mentioned, to actually include this, which I do appreciate. A couple of things that I'm wondering about in terms of the wear and tear or the longevity of this pouch is, will this microfiber lining be hard to clean? The other cosmetic pouches came with a wipeable lining. For some reason, they made this with a microfiber, which I guess gives it a more luxurious feel, but just wondering if this will be hard to clean over time. I'm a little bit hesitant to put a lot of cosmetics in it that might leak or spill and get on this lining. So that's kind of why I've been using it as a wallet or a catch-all. So just something that's in the back of my mind. And also the corners of the bottom are folded over. So I don't know if there will be a lot of wear and tear with that. I haven't had that issue with my other cosmetic pouches, but I use those in a different way than I do this. This I would use a lot more often than those other cosmetic pouches. So another thing that I want to keep my eye on. So do I think this is worth it? I think, of course, there are other less expensive alternatives in a cosmetic purse or a cosmetic pouch. Of course, you're paying for the Louis Vuitton name, the craftsmanship, the durability, the quality, the brand heritage. I would say that if you're a luxury handbag lover or a collector, this would fit seamlessly into your collection. It's very nice. It's very practical piece. It's very versatile. And when I do use it, I do enjoy it. There's just a couple of things that I wish were different, which I just listed. But if I had to buy it again, I don't think I would have purchased this. So this is something that I actually bought in store. So I had the opportunity to look it over and try it on and put a couple of things inside of it. And I think I was just blown away by how cute it was. I just think it's just like a little miniature cosmetic pouch, and it just was so adorable. And I had so many things in my mind that I would use it for. I would carry it as a wristlet, etc. But in real life use and how I use things, I know that I like little square pouches and ones with smaller base. So if I had to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't have bought this. So that's my review of the Louis Vuitton Cosmetic Purse. If you're looking for other good Louis Vuitton SLGs, then you might enjoy this next video, and I will see you over there. Bye.